So in this video, you're gonna hear some sounds. I'm doing laundry, so there may be a little bit of sound coming through. It will not pretty much affect the video, and I hope you guys can bear with me with that, okay? First of all, welcome to the channel of truth. This is Denzimus, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking impasse free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality, and I talk about personal and self-development. And if that's what resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. I will talk about today why I believe that when you're involved with toxic individuals, these people do not realize that they have the last shot at life. They will never see your empathy. They will never see your goodness. They will not see your kindness. It doesn't matter what you do. The only intention they have is to disorganize and to destroy very beautiful connections. As an empath, you will also realize that you spend so long, so much time and energy loving, caring, and liking the wrong people. You will spend so much time praying for them. But you see, you are praying for a person that is spiritually disconnected, okay? They do not recognize the prayers. They do not recognize what it is you're doing for them. They don't even see the value you have in their lives. That is why when you're dealing with narcissistic people, they will always destroy very beautiful and very powerful connections. It happened to me along my journey, In the last days with the narcissist, it was a very intensive moment. I realized that there's nothing I could do was okay and was enough. I did everything. I tried everything. I suggested therapy. I suggested this, maybe we change that. There's nothing was working so in that time I didn't know anything, what was going on about narcissistic abuse and all that. So I didn't know that I was dealing with actually a dysfunctional individual. Then I came to also realize that this individual was very determined to break this connection. They are very determined. You see, the narcissist cycle works like that, whereby in every situationship or entanglement that you are, it has got to end in destruction. They will destroy you, they will destroy the connection, they will destroy friendships, and they will destroy the marriage. And everything has got to come to an end. So me, I didn't know in that time that this is how this cycle works. Of course, post-awakening, I kept on educating myself and understanding the individual that I was dealing with. I remember somewhere in the middle as well, during those, I think it was towards the end of the entanglement as well. I remember I could pray. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you I could pray, I don't know how your situation has been personally, but me personally, I can assure you, I prayed. The empath believes you need to save this connection. You need to save the friendship. You have got to save this marriage. You have got to save the relationship. You also always believe you have got to do everything you can to save this. And sometimes praying for that connection can be another component to that effort. When this thing breaks down, Personally, I remember telling this person that, I have always survived, I've always survived for as long as I remember, having been a black sheep, scapegoat, a family scapegoat. I always knew so many ways how to survive. I always found a way to, get myself out of the pit. So I told this person that, you're destroying a very powerful connection. And you know that when you destroy this, there's nothing you're going to do to fix it. There is nothing you will do. When I walk out of that door, there is nothing you can do. It will be the end. You will not see me. You will not hear from me. You can forget about me. So that time, of course, when they're dealing with this kind of people, they don't understand. Usually the narcissist doesn't understand the consequences of these things that they do, okay? So they don't understand that sometimes they are destroying very, very beautiful connections. There always comes a moment when they look back and reflect a little bit and figure out that they have destroyed a very powerful connection, because those moments probably you are gone, you are too healed for them, and you've just moved on with the life, and maybe sometimes they are struggling, probably with another narcissist or probably with somebody else who is most probably a downgrade. As an empath, when you're ending these kind of connections, you're going to have that guilt inside of you. You will be like, what else could I have done? Was there something else I could have done? So you're having all these questions running through your mind, and you're thinking that, which part of the relationship did you fail? Where did you fail? What could you have fixed? Okay? And at the end of the day, you still don't have the answers. It's only when you come to that sense of awakening that you've been dealing with a very dysfunctional individual. It is when you will usually come to that conclusion that, okay, so there's nothing you could do. So everything you did in those partnerships, it just simply wasn't working, okay? You just didn't know that at the time. The narcissist is your enemy. I'll say this one more time. The narcissist is your enemy. Everything they have, intentions, motives they have in those partnerships, it is only to serve them. It is not to serve you. That is one of the most painful things you will ever come to conclude when you're dealing with this kind of individuals. Everything is about serving them, it's not about you. You will do everything. You will pray, and you will pray. I don't know, for the most of you guys who know how to pray very well, you will pray and you will use all the prayers you can in the Bible. You will connect with God in every way to make sure that everything gets back in shape. It will not happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been just praying for the wrong person. Even sometimes you will see narcissists who will dress up. They'll walk along with you and come to church and pray with you. It's happened along my journey. You will go to church and pray together, only to come back and fall back into the same patterns, and you recognize that actually the prayers are not even working. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you I prayed, I did pray for this marriage. These people, it will be only a matter of time when you're long gone will they realize that this whole time you was with them, actually, you was helping them. You prayed for the narcissist. You prayed for them to get better. Maybe there was a health situation going on in their lives. You prayed for them to get better. You walked along with them to the hospitals, to the clinics, to their medical appointments and stuff like that. You prayed for them to find a job. You prayed for them to find accommodation. You prayed for them in every way that you could. Even sometimes, most cases, those prayers was answered during those entanglements. But at the end of the day, the narcissist will not recognize the person that was praying for them. So it's the reason as to why you see when the empath walks out of these kind of connections, you will see and hear a lot about things that will start to happen to those kind of individuals. You may sometimes see them struggling. A lot of you guys, the black sheep, you've already seen this. You've walked out of your families and you started to hearing about family members that started falling sick. You started hearing about the fathers that passed away, the mothers that passed away. There's a lot of things that are coming back because you see, those people, they have abused your energy. They have abused the connection that you had with them. And now that you've walked away, not only do you walk away physically, you walk away emotionally, and you also walk away with your energy. And now what is happening is they cannot ever find that level of energy in someone else. Did you guys ask yourself a question as to why when the narcissist replaces you with somebody else? Did you ask yourself a question as to why they are struggling to find you in another person? You've been with these guys for 20 years, I don't know, 14, 50, doesn't matter, a very long time. After a few months, they're going to recognize that they're missing your energy. So what they do now, they are trying to find you in the new supply. You may sometimes hear cases where, you know, all of a sudden you run into the new supplies, they are dressed like you. Sometimes even in the home, they are doing everything like you. They are trying to cook the same food that you used to cook. They are doing the same things you used to do. It's because they're missing your energy. They don't recognize. There is sometimes people, actually there is people, everybody is unique in their own ways, but there is people that you cannot replace. It doesn't always mean that when the narcissist leaves you, they're always going to run into another beautiful soul like you. It could happen in some few case scenarios, but at the end of the day, you're going to recognize even that new person that they have got, they are trying to make that person look like you. That is because they are missing your energy. So they want to get the same presence in that relationship, the same energy in that relationship, in that new entanglement or situationship, the same energy that they used to have back in the days. But that energy is long gone. You can pray in every language you can. You can be a prayer warrior. It does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. When you're dealing with a very toxic individual, those prayers are going to waste because most of the times those people you're praying for, they are very evil people. They are spiritually disconnected. They do not understand the value of God that you have or you play in their lives. They did not even know this entire time you was with them, even secretly. As an empath, you could have found yourself sometime you was secretly in the corner of the house somewhere praying for your partners. One of the most disturbing things is realizing when you leave a narcissist, you remember all the moments you used to pray for them to be better. You prayed for their jobs, you prayed for their health, you prayed for the family, you prayed for blessings, but you could not sometimes even see these blessings. You see, because there wasn't a balance of energy in that relationship. If you're with a person that is destructive, they also have got a very destructive energy. So anything you do, whatever you do, any efforts you put into those entanglements, they are not going to work. Because there's no balance of energy in those relationships. They will never value the efforts you've put in those connections. So you're just simply praying for the wrong person. Did you guys know as to why sometimes you have situations where you have couples, you know, beautiful people who mean well for each other, they will pray together with good intentions, you know, because there's a difference between praying and you're praying with somebody with false intentions and also praying together with somebody with beautiful intentions. Do you know the reason as to why some people achieve things faster than the others? Let's say, for example, you have your wife and you're praying for a new house. In a few months, you get the new house. You with your wife, husband, you're praying for a new car, you get the new car very soon. You're praying for a job promotion, you're praying for this. Everything is just coming very fast automatically. That is because you're praying with the right partner. When you are praying with a narcissist, you are praying for the wrong partner. They may be sometimes be blessed, yes, they will see things shift in their lives. But those things, they cannot be for long because these are very toxic individuals. A very toxic individual is also a very evil person. So there is no balance of energy when you're dealing with this kind of people. Everything goes to the waste. It's why usually I've said in my videos that the narcissist, and I think you guys are familiar with this, the narcissist is on the path of self-destruction. By the time that destruction comes, you will be long gone. You will not be around there to pray for them. You will not be around there to, to monitor them, to try to pick them up when they are falling or stuff like that. You are long gone. Everything that they are doing is going to end up in destruction. It does not matter what kind of narcissist it is. It may take a while. There are some narcissists who are very good at manipulation and putting things together here and there. But at the end of the day, everything is going to end in destruction. So, my dear empaths, there is people that you have been with all this entire time. You've invested so much time and energy. You prayed. Even the people that you was praying for, they did not know all this entire time you was with them. You was actually praying for them. You was praying for them to be better, to do better. Nothing happened. So the only person that is left to pray for is yourself. You're going to realize this at the end of those relationships. I've seen this as well along my journey. At the end of the entanglements with the narcissist, you're going to realize the only person that is left to pray, the only person left to save is yourself. Because if you do not get out of those entanglements, ladies and gentlemen, let me promise you, empaths, it doesn't matter how much you value your family. If you're the scapegoat of the family, it doesn't matter how much you value your parents. It does not matter how much you value your wives and husbands. If you do not walk away from the narcissist, you're going to figure it out sooner or later that the only person you need to pray for is yourself. You can ask the survivors of abuse. You can ask the survivors of abuse. You will see them running to churches. You will see them running to different bishops and pastors. They need all forms of prayers because they have been broken to a magnitude they have never seen in their lives. Now the only person left to pray for is themselves. The prayers won't be answered most of the times. There may be cases where things will change, but most of the times those prayers are not going to be answered. You are trying to fix a connection that is not going to work. That is why you're praying too hard and you're not seeing results. The only thing you ever do, empaths, walk out. Walk away. If you can, I don't know what is your situation at the moment. I don't know what your fear is. I later on learned and discovered that this whole thing of fear, because I used to be a little bit fearful. I was like, okay, so what will happen when this happens? What will happen when the breakup happens? What will happen after the discard? I was worried about all these details. Only for me to discover that actually all this fear was an illusion. It is the fear that the narcissist has actually conditioned in your head for you to believe that you have got to be there and sustain that entanglement no matter what, no matter how painful and traumatic the experience. You are supposed to be there and keep on fixing things, fixing a person and praying for a person that cannot be fixed. The only person left to pray for is yourself. Okay? Get out as soon as you can. Okay? If you're trying to leave the narcissist, there's so many exit strategies I've talked about in my videos. There are so many people online who advise different ways of leaving a narcissist. The information is out there. You have got to help yourself when you still can, ladies and gentlemen, because I can promise you, it is very difficult to heal after narcissistic abuse. You can ask the survivors of abuse. It is very, very difficult. Some people have never healed from this. If you can, you get this kind of messages and information, walk away. You can walk away, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be okay. So let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. You guys do know that I do love and appreciate your support. You can book a session with me. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. Desmos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.